Hello, my name is Josh Wenning. I'm the Executive Director for the Region 8 Education Service Center. My colleague Cindy McKinney and I would like to take just a few minutes to share with you as a prospective school member why membership in Region 8 would be advantageous for your school and school district. On our next slide, what I'd like to share with you is who we are. Who we are is an interlocal state agency. We were formed by the Indiana State Legislature back in the 1970s. And we're a voluntary cooperative of K-12 schools. We're comprised of public, private, and parochial schools within the geographic region of Northeast Indiana. We're also a not-for-profit, and we are a part of the Indiana K-12 education system. Here on this map, you can see our geographic area that comprises our member school boundaries. And thus, we're hoping to reach out to you as a school district within that boundary as a prospective member with us. Some also listed here are some of our current non-public school members. We think this is important to share for our non-public members who are non-public schools that are considering membership, to see that we have a strong contingent of small, private, parochial schools who are a part of Region 8 who are already taking advantage of many of these services that we're about to share with you. One of the first services that we're really excited to be able to offer is a special contract license rate with Zoom. As we come off the pandemic and as we look into the future of how education will continue to progress and evolve, we know that digital learning is not going away, nor should it. There needs to be an important component to our educational system so to help prepare kids for the 21st century. And so with this, what we've done as a state is the Education Service Centers have negotiated a price rate that is far below what schools can purchase on their own. We found that schools individually are getting quotes from Zoom at about $20 per license per year. Our rate is set at $13.75 per license per year. So a dramatic savings for our members who are looking to take advantage of Zoom.
One of our other perks for being a member of Region 8 is a discounted subscription to Newsela. If you're not familiar with Newsela, it's an online platform for accessing news from a variety of sources. Newsela kind of packages them in ways that makes it very easy for educators to find specific content. Newsela also provides Lexile reading levels, so you can read this. You could have students in your classroom reading the same article, but at differing levels. So differentiation is automatically built in. Newsela has strong social studies content, science content, and they also have a pretty robust social emotional learning section. So for Region 8 membership, if you were to join Newsela, you would receive a 20% discount.
Another advantage is our purchasing system. So we have a statewide bulk purchasing system where all service centers, there's 9 service centers that cover the entire state of Indiana, have come together to secure best pricing for a variety of office, classroom, janitorial, and other needs that schools might have. And so this helps to provide schools, regardless of size, that discounted pricing and minimize the number of sources that school resource folks have to go out to find these important products that schools use every day. Also, we have access to food, bakery, and dairy bids. So for schools that are accessing the USDA free and reduced lunch system or are required to go out and provide bids for their for these aspects of food, bakery, and dairy, we've gone out and done that, and our schools are able to access those bids and again, secure the best pricing regardless of the size of their schools. Many of our schools also take advantage of our school bus purchasing. Again, we've gone out as a state and secured pricing on our school buses that offer the schools the ability to still customize the buses that they order, get the exact bus that you want, but access price points that are very, very low and allow schools, regardless of size, to get the best possible price on those school buses. Other purchasing advantages include things like technology, such as in software and even in hardware, as well as copy paper, another major expense that schools go through that we've gone out and secured great price points for our member schools to take advantage of.
Another service that Region 8 provides, and it's quite popular, is our Digitarium. And you see a picture of it right here on the screen, but a Digitarium is like a giant planetarium, basically, for a lack of a better word, where you can rent the Digitarium, or reserve rather the Digitarium, for us to deliver it to you for a 2-week time span. And then you have access to it at any point in time during those 2 weeks. Most districts just leave it up in their school gym like it's pictured here. And then they rotate classes in and out of the Digitarium to talk about astronomy and scientific issues. Terrific hands-on experience, very popular. And we provide training for teachers to come to Region 8 to learn how to set the Digitarium up and how to deflate it, and then also how to operate some of the technology within the Digitarium. This is a free service. It's brought to you for that 2 weeks, delivered to you right to your doorstep, and then picked up at the end of the 2 weeks. So it's a very popular option for our members, and they appreciate it. Another perk of being a member is your access to our professional development. Anyone, including non-members of Region 8, can register and can attend our professional development. But as a member, you would receive it at a discounted rate. And the discounts are generally from $25 less, depending on the size or the price of the learning, to up to $100 less. So this is a great advantage to you. You would also get regular communications from us about the professional development, so you wouldn't just have to wait for something or seek us out. We would be regularly communicating with you about our offerings. Just recently, we had a workshop on examining iLearn data, something that was provided to all of our members at a discounted rate.
Another service is that's popular and used by multiple school districts is our substitute teacher management system. So how this works is Region 8 is contracted by our individual school districts to manage your substitute teachers. So their subs still remain employed by the local school district. So the advantage of this is those subs are still under your control. You're paying them. You are deciding who is a sub in your district and not. So again, this is not an outsourcing of subs. This is us managing those subs. We have software licenses that are provided to all teachers, substitutes, and staff that allows all of those individuals to access the system online. So that for a teacher to request a sub or for a substitute to go in and mark off what their availability is or their interests, or to even accept a job. And then the software system also automatically makes those calls out to the subs to fill vacancies as they occur. We also have staff on site that are designated to support this system Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And we think that's a really valuable resource for our teachers, our subs, our schools who might need that support above and beyond what the software can provide. We've got people here on staff who can respond to emails, phone calls to help provide that support as it is needed. The service also includes the tracking of licensing for substitute teachers each year, as those licenses are reviewed to make sure they're accurate, as well as letters of assurance that go out every year to all of our substitute teachers, again, to let them know, to assure them that their position is secured for the following school year, to make sure that we're compliant with that requirement there. This is an additional fee that we charge to the schools who choose to be a part of this, and that fee is based on the school size as they look to participate in this program.
Region 8 also has a learning lab right here in our offices that member districts and schools can access at a very minimal cost. I think it costs you $25 a day. And if you want us to include drinks into that and some snacks, it might be a couple extra dollars. But our learning lab can seat up to 24 people. You can see it has some flexible seating there. We have large screens. You have access to lots of different opportunities to collaborate, and then the materials that you might need in order to really do some deep planning or some deep work. We've had districts come in to do strategy meetings. We've had districts come in to just connect with each other in like a setting that is more attuned to a retreat type nature. So our facility is pretty flexible, and we would love to host you for any of your meetings.
So what does it cost to be a Region 8 member? We have a price point that's set as the same for all schools, regardless of size. It's based on the number of students you have. So that price point for this current year going forward is set at $3.75 per student with a $500 minimum. And that is invoiced each July. And so that way, again, regardless of private, parochial, public, that price point is set for all of our schools equally.
In case you're wondering, Region 8 is located on West Russell Boulevard in Fort Wayne. So the access is centralized. We're easy to get to from all areas of Northeast Indiana.
So what are next steps? We would love to talk with you further if you're not currently a member of Region 8 about what that would look like to join our cooperative, our collaborative of schools. The next step would be to communicate, reach out to me as executive director. My email is jwenning@raesc.k12.in.us. Ultimately, the approval for any new member goes to our executive board. Our executive board is comprised of 11 superintendents from our region who provide governance to our board, or to our office, to our ESC. And once that's approved, we invoice the school and you are ready to go. We do our best to expedite that approval from our board so that you can begin accessing services immediately, as we would love to get people on board and get them engaged as quickly as possible. So thank you very much for listening and your consideration.